What's going on, guys? I believe I am live on YouTube tomorrow. This is the League of Tomorrow Fantasy Football Podcast coming after you with some quick hits after week two. A little different of an episode this week. It's mostly because sadly our host left. He didn't really have enough time. It's a lot more work than you'd think to create a podcast like this. And Ash, congratulations. He's gone today because he just had a baby. Ashton was born Monday, so I mean, hope's the best of luck to you at the hospital, and hope your baby's healthy and doing great and all. Another thing, shout out to our college knowledge Ash. Rondell Moore looking great this season. Well, last week I should say. He was that role that we wanted to see if he was going to be used as that short target guy who could possibly break away and for a long touchdown, which he did. So that was cool to see. Just wanted to give you a quick shout out for a cool call, knowing he's your number one wide receiver in Dynasty as a rookie. Well, for rookies. All right, so we're just going to do a couple quick hits today and a couple trade for targets. Nothing too much, probably a little shorter of a show. So let's go down to my first topic of sell the rushes and buy the receptions. And what I mean by that is a guy like Nick Chubb is never going to do you right as a first round pick. As in, yes, he scored you the touchdown this week. Woo, it was savage. But he doesn't get that PPR work to actually, be utilized in all assets of the game. Like if the Browns are down by a lot, he's done. It's Kareem Hunt's time. He's a lot like him. I'd compare him to a guy like Josh Jacobs. They both finished as low-end RB1s. Now, people are off of Josh Jacobs that he was going down in the 5th round. But yet, people were still drafting Nick Chubb as this top-end running back. So, pretty much, it just bugs me thinking that you can get, a bona fide stud that doesn't catch passes, and because he's done it. He's been a low-end RB1. By the way, huge difference between a high-end RB1 and a low-end RB1. But just to say he's done it before, you can do it again. No, look at the situation with Kareem Hunt, the third down pass-catching guy. He has an extreme role. And even Josh Jacobs to Kenyon Drake, Kenyon has that not as even as established. Yet we're drafting them 4 rounds differently. So with Nick Chubb, if you drafted him, don't worry, scored the touchdown. People are taking fake victory laps like, woo, he's going to do great. But here's the thing. If he doesn't get you that touchdown, he's not having that crazy week, which he still didn't have that great of incredible of a week. So I'd be selling him for a guy like DeAndre Swift. Now, I get it. DeAndre Swift is sharing the backfield in a less prolific offense, but he's game script proof. He's going to get that passing down work. He's going to get some rushing work, and has about the same time share as a Nick Chubb to Kareem Hunt. Now, I'm not going to give up DeAndre Swift straight for Nick Chubb. You can get a guy like, let's say, a Deebo Samuel and DeAndre Swift for Nick Chubb. There are moves you can make to get this guy off your roster and go get one of those PPR backs. Another one I like is Darrell Henderson with a 94% snap share week 1, looked great week 2, has a great offense. This is a guy I would be looking to, him and a piece for Nick Chubb. You can probably get that done. You can get an upgrade somewhere else while, quote unquote, downgrading when you're not even really having to downgrade at all on that position. Next, I want to talk about a guy, Marquise Brown, the 2020 breakout. Yeah, I said that right. The 2020 breakout. He was winning people leagues if you were starting him as your flex, the last half of the game when he finished as a steady top 12 back. He didn't really have any down weeks. Now, that was the same time, keep in mind, they transitioned to this offense to run more, to let Lamar be more Lamar. Now, somehow that did equate to Hollywood having a better role, maybe less coverage. They were biting more for the run. So this is definitely, a guy that you should be comfortable flexing in every week, and you could probably buy him pretty low. So just Marquise Brown, he's already broke out. Just understand that. And then second, oh man, this one hurts for me because I was drafting this guy, and I did it with a blindfold on because in the back of my mind I knew Hurts was going to hurt Miles Sanders. What I mean by that, it's like how Lamar is to J.K. Dobbins. I wasn't too high on him as a, end of the second round pick, beginning of the third, because we knew Lamar Jackson with the rushing game was not going to target him in those key situations. He was just going to run it himself. And we see that with Miles Sanders to Hurts. Hurts is taking those receptions away. And on top of that, Kenneth Gainwell is stealing those touchdowns. Kenneth Gainwell is a great target right now, but man, Miles Sanders, that hurts. You thought he was a good fifth round pick, but didn't turn out that way. So next, and last but not least, we got a couple trade for targets for you today. So my first trade target is going to be a little higher up the board. It's Saquon Barkley. Now I understand he's not having the greatest start of the season, but as we were saying on this podcast, we expected the first 3 weeks to be a little slower, for him to have to get acclimated into that RB1 role. What I didn't expect to see in week 2 was an 84% snap share. He was 84% of the snaps he was in the field for. That's awesome to see. He's getting acclimated, and he didn't score a touchdown, didn't have a great game. So this is a guy you can buy for pretty low, and you should feel fine saying, I have a top 5 RB in these next couple weeks coming up. Maybe week 3 isn't the week, but soon he's going to hit. And he's someone I want to buy before he hits, because no one's going to sell him once this guy looks like Saquon, the Saquon we know. The other trade target I have is Leo Fournette. Now this one may be a little surprising, a lot lower down the rankings, but here's the thing about him. You're not going to have to pay much for him, and he is an essential, non-replaceable part of this offense. And what I mean by that is, go look at a guy like Rojo. He's not doing anything in that offense. Why haven't we seen him? Why have we seen Leo be steadier? It's because Rojo can't do what Leo can do in that offense. He's getting the targets. He's the number one back there, and he's a very cheap buy, making him my number one trade for target this week. And most teams are hurting for a running back, so he's a perfect cheap buy. That's it for the show today. I know it was probably a 10-minute show, but hey, it was just me today. Just giving some of my opinions. Hopefully we'll have Ash back this coming Friday. And thanks for sticking around, guys. Yep, that's the show. That's the show.